Hi, I'm Angel Fernandez and I'm here with Southwest Boxing Media.
Scott and Ciaran with Southwest Boxing Media. Delighted to be joined with legend, myth, trainer to the stars, Angel Fernandez. Angel, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you guys?
Yeah. The 3-hour journey was definitely worth it. I had a cup of tea on arrival, it was fantastic.
I'm good.
We're at the start of a new year.
Yeah.
Can you talk to us about what's been going on in the gym? Is this sort of ticking over, or a fighter sort of in the middle of camps at the moment?
Well, yeah, I'm in the middle of camp with Ohara Davies. You know, he's fighting on the 21st of February. He's got a contract with MTK. Just like helping as well Tony George, an amateur boxer, which is 20 years of age. Amazing future, you know, if he stays focused, he keeps the feet on the ground and he's working hard. And with Josh for the next time.
We here at Edge Gym, Will Jones owns the establishment. How did that sort of come around? How did you and Will sort of work together to sort of training fighters here?
I started training Ohara in this gym, and these guys like Will Jones started saying to me, "You need to see this amateur. You need to see this amateur girl. Where once you see her." And then one day I was watching her doing a shadow boxing in the mirror, and I'm like, wow. I mean, this girl with like hardly, I think, just one amateur fight, and I'm like, wow. And he moves like that, and he does kind of like few flows, you know. But she needs a lot of improving. But for her not to have that experience is absolutely amazing, because I heard that she's been doing sparring with like top girls, you know, at the gym, so she's been doing really well. And just like through Will, I said to him, you know, listen, if she needs someone that to guide and just to be there by her side, you know, I would be more than happy to help her.
So how long have you known Will Jones for?
Corny, Will, just Will, like yeah. How long have you been here, Ohara? 2 or 3 weeks? Yeah, 3 weeks. Probably about 3 weeks.
Oh,
lovely man. Yeah, lovely man.
Just quite a new working relationship.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Right, now, so we talked about the fascinating link-up between yourself and Ohara Davies, something that we're all excited and looking forward to.
Humble.
Now, can you tell us how that came about?
I was on holiday in Dubai, you know, and I got a call from Lee Eaton, which is the promoter of MTK. He said, "Will you train Ohara Davies for us?" And at start, I'm like,
did you hang up or
Ohara Davies? I kind of like I took like a day or 2 days before I responded.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh gosh. And I said to him, okay, let's give it 1 week, see how we go, and then we go from there. But my mistake, I judged the guy through, you know, social media. But once you actually get to know the guy, do you know what I mean? You know how good heart he has. But the problem is how he conducts himself on social media. So that was kind of like one of my things that when I spoke to him, I said, listen, you're gonna have to control, you know, what you're saying and how you are really. I'm not want to change the guy in terms of how he is, but I just say to him, you know, just like, do your talk in the ring, you know, and that's the best way that, you know, you're going to do things in life.
So what do you see his strengths as a fighter are?
Yeah. A lot of people have said that he hasn't got the heart. I think he's got the heart. The abilities to go far in the sports. He loves actually sparring as well. So he's a quick learner, you know, he's a very good learner. First sparring, we went to Repton, and I'm like, wow, this guy needs a hell of a lot of work. And as the weeks were progressing, and now the last 3 sparring, it has been absolutely amazing, you know, amazing. So I think he's like so quick, you know, in terms of like how he's learning things and how he's speaking things. But at the same time, I'm not trying to overload his brains, you know. I just said the 3 things that I need to work on him, and that's what we're doing for this camp.
Do you see Ohara Davies as a completely different fighter from the one that was signed to Matchroom?
In terms of?
Well, I suppose attitude, his all-around sort of gym sort of workmanship.
Yeah.
His ability even, you know.
Yes. I think it's a different fighter, you know. But that's one of the questions that probably you have to ask him, you know. But personally, I didn't know the guy before, so I don't really know. You know, I just, as I said, I judge him through social media, and I shouldn't do that. But get to know the guy. He's an absolutely lovely guy, and we get on so well. And that's one of the things, you know, that is so good to kind of like have that relationship with your boxer.
Now, we're all excited and looking forward to MTK's golden contract that obviously Ohara is a part of. Now, there's a little bit of needle, shall I say, between him and Tyrone McKenna. Now, is that something that you were sort of into, or is it you just purely trying to keep Ohara's head and focus on the fight itself?
Yeah, he just needs to stay focused on what he does, you know, in terms of like the training that he's doing. But I know he's been a beef between, you know, them both, and I think he did say something. If I pick the blue ball, you know, you pick me, and if I pick the blue ball, I'll pick you. So, but it's something that I don't get involved into that sort of kind of like things. You know, my job is just to put him in the best of his abilities and just go from there, really.
Not if, because Ohara picked me up on this earlier. When Ohara wins the MTK's golden contract, what do you think the next steps are? Is it sort of a moving fast job, or is it more of like a building to these sort of title shots?
Yeah, I mean, he already had titles in the past, you know. We've seen that he's at that level, and he's got good guys in the competition, you know, because I rate the 3 guys that are left in the competition, especially the French guy, Nimou, I think is his name. He's an ex-world champion, you know, a European champion as well. Tyrone McKenna, WBC international, you know, Ohara, very good boxer as well. So I think, you know, after this fight, we just have to sit down with after the tournament, sit down with MTK and just see what we got from there, really.
Are you fully confident that Ohara Davies can become a world champion?
Yes, I mean, I don't see why not, you know. I mean, all my fighters that I train, of course I have to, you know, believe in themselves, you know, otherwise I wouldn't train them. I see the abilities in the guy. I think he could go far, and if he stays focused and doing what he's doing in the gym, 100% he will be a world champion.
So we are in lovely Romford today, in Essex. Previously though, you've been out in Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
Is it a completely sort of different setup to the UK out in Kazakhstan? And, you know, what type of things did you learn?
It's kind of, I just went for like, just for the fight, really, in terms of like they're trying to grow, you know, the boxing, the professional boxing more out there, because they're all amateurs, you know, they've got amazing amateurs in there. The reputation of professionals, they start coming in, especially now with MTK Kazakhstan, you know, taking over their country. Their talents are absolutely amazing, but I only train Sultan Salbek, which I believe, you know, he's got all the abilities to go all the way. But yeah, amazing country. I don't have one thing bad to say about that.
So, bringing us home to Sultan, how is he? How's he doing at the moment, Sultan?
Oh, I mean, he's my right eye, you know. He's been with me from day one, way before boxing, you know. He's been so loyal to me, and I've been so loyal to him. And I know in boxing, you know, loyalty is not probably one of the best attributes, but so far, you know, I believe we will go all the way together, you know, as a boxer and as a coach. He's doing well, he just got engaged, so congratulations, man. I think he's getting married in the summertime, you know, after his fight, and I'm planning to go to the wedding, you know, so...
Are you best man, or...?
I don't know, I think he'll probably have one of his friends, you know.
So he's actually living here now. He's actually living in London at the moment. He's moved over from Kazakhstan.
At the moment, he's in Kazakhstan. He's in Kazakhstan. So when he's got camp, he'll come to London with me.
How long have you worked together for?
Oh, since early days with me. I mean, 2 years, just under 2 years, because that's what I've been doing as the main coach. I've been just like under 2 years, so probably exactly the same time.
You had a great win against Li Shanli for the WBC youth world title. So I mean, really, he's sort of already working towards those world titles that you think that he can.
No world titles at the moment. You know, just think that the guy is 23 years of age. He's still a lot to learn. a lot to improve.
And the super featherweight division is pretty lit, isn't it?
Yes. And I believe the guy, he could definitely make featherweight.
Yeah.
You know, with the right nutritionist and with the right team surrounding him, you know, I think he could definitely make featherweight, because Fine Eye, I think he was 59 kilos.
Really?
So the limit was 64. So to him to be around 59 and walking around that way, it would definitely make featherweight, in my opinion.
Bringing us on to Courtney George, who we just had the pleasure to speaking to. Spoke so well on the camera, I got to say. Now,
Courtney.
she is a prospect that you're very excited about in the gym, I know from speaking to you. 20 years of age. How far do you think she can go in the sport?
Very far. Very far.
World title?
100%.
Yeah?
Yes. I've seen a lot of people, you know, and me being a video as well, you know, seeing all the girls in there. I've seen the abilities that she has. I think this girl could go definitely all the way. With the right guidance, you know, with giving her experience and take her in the right path, 100% it will go all the way.
Now, she's got a fight coming up. Can you tell us who it's against?
It's just like an amateur fight.
Just an amateur.
Yeah,
Okay, and it's the 23rd of
February, yeah.
isn't it?
2 days after.
What do you think the main things are that young fighters should steer clear from? If you had to give advice to young fighters on things that they should stay away from, what would be your advice to
It's just
them?
hard, because every boxer has got their own backgrounds, you know, their own ups, their own downs. So it's just like listen to them and see where you can advise them, you know. But all I'm saying is like keep working hard, you know, stay humble in everything you do. And you will see that you've got to enjoy the process as well. You know, not just like look at the short process. You got to take each day as it comes, you know, and I'm sure, you know, the things will come to you eventually.
How hard is it working with young upcoming fighters learning their trade? Do you find is that harder, or do you find it easier to mould them rather than not pre-made fighters, but fighters that are already sort of been on the road?
Yeah, I don't find it hard. I was finding it hard at the beginning, kind of like when I had like Sultan is one style, you know, I had Isaac was different style, and I kind of like I was like, oh my god. But now I think I'm kind of like adapting to their style. I don't have an actual particular style myself. I work with my own technique. Ohara is completely different style than Sultan, different style than Coney, you know. And I think I'm just kind of like improving myself as a coach as well, working alongside these guys. So it's not kind of like a me, it's about them, you know. They teach me and I teach them. That's how it works.
Speaking of female boxers, how important do you think Katie Taylor's meteoric rise has been to sort of inspire other female boxers?
Amazing. I mean, she is like an unbelievable talent, you know. She deserves everything that she has, and all the female boxers, you know, they have to look at her as the one, because she was the one that opened the doors to kind of like female boxing, and now we start to see kind of like more females, you know, join the clubs, more females kind of like getting into the game, and I think it's a good thing, you know. So fair play to her for everything she done, and I wish her all the best of luck, you know, in the world.
It's sort of one of the reasons why I think, you know, we've got Shannon Courtney, Terry Harper, and all these
so
sort
it's
of...
getting all excited, you know, and that's good for boxing.
And I suppose it's great to see, isn't it, so many females coming into the sport now and picking it up. I suppose it's great. Would you agree it's great to see?
100%, of course it's great, because, you know, same thing with football, you know, I think it's great, you know, because it's not always kind of like, as I know it's a month thing, like people say it's a month thing, but there is mad talented female boxers up there, and it's good for boxing. It's good for boxing, and it's good for them as well. You know?
Has it changed a lot since you started sort of training fighters? I mean, do you see a lot more females walking in the gym now willing to sort of start boxing?
Yes. I mean, before when I was an amateur myself, I would never ever seen kind of like pretty much like a female fight in the gym, and I started going around like a few amateur gyms, you know, in the past few weeks with Ohara, and I started seeing more females training, which is good, you know, it's good for the sport.
Now, you've obviously achieved a lot in the sport. Now, we're linking up with world-class fighters and paving the road away for fresh talent. But what are your next set of aspirations, you personally?
I mean, to be honest, I'm brand new into this game, you know. I know I have been with Joshua, but I haven't achieved nothing. yeah, you know, taking each day, as I said, as it comes, you know. All started, I actually was like talking to my first coach yesterday on the phone, and kind of like made me cry because 5 years ago I had like my little PT studio, you know, and he asked me, what's your goal? And I said, become a boxing coach. And it kind of like him reminded me of these things, you know, and me just being as a main coach, because my first fight was with Isaac Fernandez as a main coach, and with the Sky Sport cameras and everything, and everything was like kind of like on the play, because he came from a loss, you know, against a Coley, and if that fight would have been a loss for Isaac, would have been pretty much the end. So the pressure and things like that, I think he made me who I am going to become, you know. But I put my feet on the ground, you know. I'm still doing what I love, which is coaching, and I hope down the line, you know, I will be one trainer that I could train, you know, world champions, but not just for me, it's for them, because at the end of the day, they're the ones they step in the ring, you know.
So was becoming a boxing trainer always the natural next step for you after fighting yourself?
Yes, I kind of like, I think it just, the thing was there, you know. It's hard to explain, because when I was an amateur boxer myself, a lot kind of like the boxers in the gym were saying, "Oh, how you throw this and how you do that?" Because I was quite flashy in my style, and I think it was just from there, because I was also helping, you know, other amateurs, because they was looking at me as, wow, you know. But I think it's like looking now into these things, you know, over the years, and you start realizing, you know, that I think the thing that it was just there, you know, years ago.
What does the ideal 2020 boxing year look like for you, Angel?
Well, now with the Ohara first fight, you know, 21st of February, then, you know, Joshua, I don't know when, you know, it's down to the team to decide when he's fighting and where he's fighting. I've got, you know, other kind of like news, but I don't want to say it as yet, you know, until it's all kind of like confirmed. But yeah, you all will know, you know, 2020, 100%.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Do you think you're always going to be a trainer and a coach, or do you fancy becoming, you know, a promoter and a manager, or do you think you're more suited to the gym?
I would love to kind of like, in terms of like managing the boxers, maybe because of you taking care of them, but I don't think I will ever do that, you know. My job is coach, you know. This is what I love, and I will leave the political side to other people, you know. I will see myself just like going as a coach the rest of my life.
Right. Now, before we go, you know, we've got the.
You know what's coming.
Okay, we're just wondering who's going to be the 10-question champion today. We've got, you know, Ohara Davies in the one corner. We've got, you know, Angel Fernandez in the other corner. We've got Courtney George in the other corner. Just wondering who is going to be the winner. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Cat or dog?
Dog.
Night owl or early bird?
Early bed.
Chinese or Indian food?
Hey?
Chinese or Indian food?
Chinese.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Milk first or milk last?
Milk glass.
Sweet or savoury?
Sweet.
UK or US?
UK.
Jab or hook?
Jab, always.
Hand, speed or footwork?
Footwork.
Southwest Boxing Media or AFL TV?
Exclamation mark.
Angel, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
having
so
us
much,
today.
guys.
Cheers, mate.
And
Thank you,
for coming.
Angel.
Have a good
Nice to meet you.
2020. Cheers.